Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan from Fireside Yankees. I hope you're all having a really good night. Appreciate you guys stopping by. We are live on 3 different platforms right now. We're live on Twitch, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Twitter. Really excited to get things started here. Obviously, some news over the weekend in regards to the Yankees' interest in both Hector Neris and Wandy Peralta. I don't really know what their interest level is in like other relievers. Like I know that Robert Stevenson is a popular name on Yankee Twitter. I know that guys like you have guys like you have Josh Hader. I know is a guy that some people like to talk about. I just don't think that's happening. But yeah, with that being said, really excited to get into this comment section here. I know that it's a snowy day in New York too. If you're snowed in, I hear you. But yeah, we appreciate you guys stopping by. We appreciate you guys coming through. And let's get started with this comment section here. Get Josh Hader. You said it yourself, Hal. You got to get pitching, I guess is what he meant to say. So I don't think the New York Yankees should go out and get Josh Hader. I don't think the New York Yankees will go out and get Josh Hader. I don't believe that the New York Yankees should. Like, I just don't think it's the right thing. I just don't think it makes a lot of sense for the Yankees. I think there's a lot of things that make sense for the Yankees, whether it's maybe go spend on a starting pitcher, maybe go get swingmen, maybe go get a lower caliber reliever free agent, keep yourself financially flexible. But I don't think that they should go out and spend $100 million on Josh Hader. I just don't think that's a sensible decision. I don't think it makes a lot of sense for the team. I don't think it's what they're going to do. But with that being said, look, we'll see what they end up doing. I'm obviously not Brian Cashman. I'm obviously not Hal Steinbrenner. I'm not a decision maker. I do not have sources. This is just me kind of looking at their track record with relievers, looking at their, looking at the reports that have circulated online. I guess the best way to look at it would be reading the tea leaves, right? And I think based off of reading the tea leaves, Josh Hader is probably not happening for the New York Yankees. So there's that. MLB Channel says, hey, my man, Ryan. MLB Channel, my guy, hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good night. Tyler says, yo, Tyler, hope you're doing well. Get Hader or Ass Man has to... Jesus Christ. I don't think it's a matter of he's a bad GM if they don't get Hader. Trade Torres for Marlins stud lefty bat. I don't think Luis Arraez for Gleyber Torres is a trade that makes any sense for the Miami Marlins. Look, the Luis Arraez has 2 years left of control. Gleyber Torres has 1 year left of control. Gleyber Torres is in his final year of arbitration at $50 million. Luis Arraez is going to get around $9 million. The Miami Marlins are cheap and are likely not going to extend a guy like Gleyber Torres. The Yankees have a lot of money, right? Like there's just not, this doesn't really make sense, right? If it was an inverse situation, you're trading 2 years of Gleyber Torres and he makes less this year, and you're getting 1 year back of Luis Arraez, that would make a little bit of sense for the Marlins, but you would even argue that doesn't make much sense for the Yankees, right? Like you have to think of this again. I know that the name is attractive, and I know that I like Luis Arraez makes the Yankees a lot better. But how much of an upgrade is a guy like Gleyber Torres? Is he going to be 50% better than the average than Gleyber Torres? It's going to be 30%, 25%. Hell, it's going to be 10%. I think it was around 5% this past season in terms of WRC plus. So those are all things to factor into the equation. We're talking about a trade. I just don't believe the New York Yankees are going to get the value. I don't think the New York Yankees are going to trade what they would need to trade, what the Marlins would realistically ask for to get a guy like Luis Arraez. Trevor Alley says, hey, Ryan, Trevor, hope you're having a good night, my man. Appreciate you stopping by. Hey, man, says MLB Channel. Hope you're doing well, MLB Channel. What's up? What's up, number one Yankee fan? Josh Hader is not happening. I agree. Hopefully, he didn't get buried in all the snow. Stay out there. Stay safe out there, short people. It's not that. It did not snow much. We maybe got like 2 inches. It's just cold and windy in Long Island, and that's always an issue. But I'm alive. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Yo, LB Channel. Aiden, I see you again. Fireside Yankees with my boy Ryan. Hey, I appreciate you, Aiden. You're my guy. Knowing the Yankees will get some overpriced has-been or bum. Would you not argue that Josh Hader has the potential to be a bum in short order if you sign him to a 5-year deal? I mean, we are a year removed from him being a really bad pitcher, like on the Carlos Rodon levels of bad. Like we're a year removed from him having his Carlos Rodon year, where he was just weirdly terrible. And look, I understand that the New York Yankees are in a different situation. They have a lot of money, and you could argue that the Yankees don't. I guess you could argue that the Yankees don't need to count pennies or pinch pennies, and I would agree, but I think Hal cares. And ultimately, if Hal cares, then us as fans, we have to care, and we have to factor that into our opinions on what the Yankees should and would do realistically. Moving on now. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Ryan, I got news that Jim Bowden said Josh Hader is better suited to sign him and move Clay Holmes to setup man after pivoting to Marcus Stroman, report Jim Bowden. That's not a report. It's just Jim Bowden's opinion. No disrespect to Jim Bowden. I'm not saying he knows nobody. He's a loser, whatever it may be. This isn't me disparaging him as a writer or whatever it may be, or as a reporter. But he is a former GM, and I imagine he's looking at it from the perspective of a former GM, not from the perspective of somebody who has sources or is reading the tea leaves here. And that's kind of the important thing. I just don't think the Yankees are going to I just don't think the Yankees are going to end up with him. Yeah, so I just don't. I don't at all. Re-signing Wandy Peralta wouldn't hurt the Yankees. Re-signing Kendall Middleton wouldn't hurt the Yankees. Signing Robert Stevenson wouldn't hurt the Yankees. Signing Hector Neris wouldn't hurt the Yankees. I agree. I think that the New York Yankees should get any of these guys. Like any of these guys they end up with, and that's a win, and that's a good final, cherry on the top for the New York Yankees. But yeah, I follow any of these relievers. I agree. Joey from the shift. I've seen his channel. He does good stuff. Is Bauer still an option? No. Josh Hader has way too many Aroldis Chapman similarities to me. If you know me, I hate that. That I hate Aroldis Chapman. I think it's different. I think that Josh Hader has less off-field concerns, and that definitely appeals to me. So yeah, I think Hader is him. That season, his wife had a premature child with serious health issues. Now shockingly traded. He tried to trade for him at the trade deadline too. By the FYI, for what it's worth. Yeah, I think the Yankees want Josh Hader, but I don't think they're willing to pay the price tag for Josh Hader. I think that's kind of the key thing here. It's not that I don't even, I'd even argue he's worth the money. It's just that why should the Yankees give him the money? I'm going to clean my glasses because I can't see shit. But I would argue, why would the Yankees pay $100 million for something that they can develop, right? You pay for things you can't develop. I think that's kind of how you operate through free agency. I'd rather the Yankees give money to Matt Chapman before they give money to Josh Hader. And I know that's a hot take. You guys can type away and tell me how wrong I am. And hey, I don't think I'm perfectly right. I think I say things sometimes, and they're a little bit based off of just my opinion and me being a brash person. But I just don't think the Yankees are in a desperate need to go out and, I don't think they're in a desperate need to pay a premium to go get a bullpen arm. Let's see. I wonder if Jim Bowden still speaks to active GMs. He probably does. It's a brotherhood. I imagine they do. Josh Hader's awful concerns tweeting the N-word. Look, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Not a bad thing, excuse me. That is a bad thing, obviously. But I would say the distinct difference is that, number one, it's not a legal issue. Number two, he had so when the in 2020 there were obviously the protests over various incidents with police brutality, and the Milwaukee Bucks, I think, actually they protested a game. They did not play one of the playoff games in the NBA bubble, and the Brewers, I think, followed suit, if I'm not mistaken. And Josh Hader, there was a column from The Athletic talking about, some of the conversations Josh Hader's had with various teammates to try to understand those issues. And so I think he's grown up. I think that he has grown up. I am not going to hold comments from a 15 or 16-year-old person against them the rest of their life. God knows I'm not perfect. God knows we're not all perfect. But, at the end of the day, he was a teenager. It seems that a lot of the off-field stuff he's done, a lot of comments and conversations and stuff that's gone out about Josh Hader since then has shown he has grown up. And I think that that's a little bit different from the situation with Chapman, who, not even talking about the domestic violence incidents and the domestic disputes. We're also talking about a guy who quit on his team. Let's be honest with ourselves, guys. He didn't show up for us. He quit on us in 2022. So, I think that that's just something that's different. It's a guy who 2 years ago was willing to quit on a team versus a guy who, made, big time mistakes. Not going to sit here and call them anything less than big time mistakes. But, incidents where it's just not acceptable, but he was, 15, 16, and, end of the day, he seemed to grow up since then. And your honest gut feeling, who do you think we'll get? I think Hector Neris. Favorite prospects to break out for 2024, I got John Cruz. I think that John Cruz is, a really, really, really good prospect. I'm not going to lie. Him being your pick, it kind of hurts because that would have been my pick, I think. But I'll go with, it's tough. I'm not going to go with the FCL guy. I'll go with the guy who is already in affiliated baseball, and I'll go with Jared Serna. Jared Serna has kind of raised a lot. I know technically had a really big year last year, and I don't know if he'll hit much better than he did last year. But I think he'll pop on more radars. If you have followed him so far in the offseason, he's playing in the Mexican Winter League, and the average age here, I think, is 29 years old, and he's been excellent. 844 OPS in a league where the average OPS is around 600. I know, again, that he's playing against guys who are not all major league caliber, But we are talking about some pretty good competition and some pretty good players for the most part. So yeah, the average OPS down here is 693. The average OBP is 320, 332, 365 OBP, 310 average. The offense has been down there for a while now. Like the offense has not been good all year there. Lot more strikeouts than years past, I believe. Just pitchers have been better. I imagine that's got something to do with like the ease of access in terms of getting guys who have great stuff. And the average pitcher there is 28.4 years old. So just physically speaking, you're going from single A to facing like 29-year-olds. You're facing guys who are more physically developed, and he was really good so far in the Winter League. He hit 7 home runs in 61 games. That's not a bad pace at all. Again, a run environment that's not good for the most part. Again, 365 OBP, 478 slugging percentage. I think next year he could be pretty good. Another FCL guy to look at is Manuel Tejeda. I think he might end up being, a guy who's top 10 in the organization. And then Jackson Fristow. Jackson Fristow has excellent stuff, and I think he'll be an exciting guy to look at for the near future. On Hector Schmidt right now, I like Hector Neris, who's been very durable for his career, and that's what we need. I agree. I think that Hector Neris is excellent. Hector Neris has a great splitter. The Astros have gotten him to higher his release point, which has resulted in more induced vertical break. More induced vertical break means, more ride up in the zone, fewer dead zone fastballs, harder to hit, all that good stuff. And then furthermore, the big thing for me is, as you mentioned, the durability. The guy is third in relief appearances over the last 3 years. I think he's top 5 in innings pitched as well. The guy shows up and he pitches, and it's a beautiful thing. The guy just shows up and he shows out and he pitches every day, and he's a middle release type of option. He's going to get a decent chunk of money, not a ton, probably like 2 years, $20 million. I think I could see the Yankees doing that. But honestly, I would do it. Like I think this is a guy who really helps the Yankee bullpen and would make them a lot better. You can't develop a Hall of Fame closer. Wouldn't mind spending for Matt Chapman because of the high floor raise he would give you. But in terms of specialness, there really is another guy that came on the market. You're right. Josh Hader is one of the few closers who you can argue is a top 100 player in Major League Baseball. And you can argue is a top 50 player in Major League Baseball. And end of the day, I do think he's a special player. I do think he can have a special impact on your team. But I think compared to what the Yankees have, I think they could probably say, all right, we're going to spend on like Robert Stevenson, and they will get similarly better compared to getting Josh Hader. Obviously, Josh Hader, and you can even argue Josh Hader is more consistent because of that blow-up year. But yeah, you're right. There were some off-field stuff that affected him. I'm not saying he's not worth the price tag. I just think that the Yankees, I'm looking at it from the Yankees' perspective of like, all right, we have X amount of money to work with. We probably have one more, notable move to make before this winter ends, at least in free agency. And I don't think I feel comfortable saying that final move should be Josh Hader, because I think that will limit the Yankees from doing other things potentially at the deadline or if other opportunities opened up. Any shot the Yankees add 2 bullpen arms, Wandy and Neris? I don't think so, because Luke Weaver is now their 7th reliever who doesn't have, or I guess other guys in the bullpen are minor league options, but are they sending like Ian Hamilton down? That would be a little dumb. No disrespect to the front office, but that would be remarkably stupid. They have a lot of guys in AAA who can serve as depth. I think that they're going to go with one guy. I think one guy is the answer. I think they're going to finish it off. One more reliever, and I think they're done. I don't think they're doing anything more than that. I don't think they should do anything more than that, because I don't think they can actually roster them. Think we need to trade Rizzo? No, I think we're fine. Yeah, you're right. Technically, a racist is better than someone who committed both their shit, but still, yeah. I just think the difference is that I can actively see the attempts for atonement from Josh Hader's end, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there. I wouldn't be surprised if our infield be Lombard Jr. at third, Arias at short, and Rocco Riggio or Volpe at second by 2026. We could see it. I think Volpe is a shortstop until we see anything that indicates differently. So yeah, I'm going to just continue to believe he's a shortstop until something else happens. And then on top of the other guys, I think that Lombard Jr. is certainly capable of being that kind of third baseman, like long-term franchise third baseman. I love Roderick Arias. I mean, these are both really, really, really nice infield prospects. But yeah, I personally think that the New York Yankees are going to be, they're going to be very good at the lower levels of their farm system. We'll see how that can translate into upper level minor league success and, producing guys who, help them at the major league level. Let's see. We have an interest in Luis Ariz and a pitcher on the Marlins. Would a package look like this? Glaber, Chase Hampton, Everson Pereira, maybe Peraza. Would you accept this trade? Absolutely. I think that what happens is that, I think that the New York Yankees wouldn't be able to. I don't think the Yankees would be able to. I don't think they would offer this, honestly. I think they can, but I don't think they would. I don't think they're doing Chase Hampton in the deal with Luis Suarez. I think they would have to, but I don't think they're going to make that deal. But yeah. Thoughts on Steamer's projections for the Yankees? I think, they're medium projections. We'll see what Zip says in comparison. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say they're accurate or inaccurate. They were pretty good. They're pretty well in terms of correlation to actual next season production. But I also believe that we should take projections and look at various projections before we, deduce that this is right or that's right. I think Dan Zambrowski, who does Zips, tweeted this out. Projections aren't saying Aaron Judge is going to have X WRC plus. They're saying it's equally likely that he won't be above or below this mark. And I know that sounds like, aren't you just saying the same thing? They're technically different things, right? Which they're percentage outcomes, percentiles, things of that nature. You're looking at how likely it is that something happens. It's not as much as trying to spit out a specific number. So yeah, if you release projections and it was the percentage chance that Aaron Judge has a 150 WRC plus and 130 and 120 and 110 and 100 and 90, you know what I mean? It's just you can't really display that. That would look a little weird. Many teams not willing to give Snell the contract he wants. He thinks he's going to end up with the San Francisco Giants, Carlos Rodon type of contract. I disagree. I think somebody will make a big offer, and I think that team will be the Angels, probably. Do you think we will sign Clay Holmes next year? That's a good question. I'm not sure. I know that Joel Sherman kind of floated it out there that maybe the Yankees extend Clay Holmes, and I could see that happening, but I don't know. I don't know if the Yankees, because he's going to be entering his age 31 season, I don't know if the Yankees want to give him a 4-year deal, and I don't think they'd be wrong for saying, yeah, I don't want to give him a 4-year deal, but at the same time, other teams might be willing to say, yeah, we'll give this guy a 4-year deal, so we'll see. I don't know if this was discussed already, but thoughts on getting Bauer could be cheap. Major tip top. For all of his off-field concerns, I'm out. It's hard. It's hard to choose Josh Hader or Hector Neris. I will say Hector Neris cheap, $2 million for $50 million, but I like Josh Hader too. Yeah, I think they'd have to just go with Hector Neris based on the price tag, Nelson Cruz. But I appreciate you stopping by, man. You're a big supporter of our page, and you're the guy. I appreciate you, dude. But yeah, I really do like Hector Neris, and I would say this at the price tag, I think it's a good buy. We need Snell on the closer. We're not getting Blake Snell. Why wouldn't the Yankees grab Clayton Kershaw? That's a good. I would like to bring in Clayton Kershaw, but does he have an interest in playing here? What's his he seems to be I'll go back to the Dodgers or Texas kind of situation. It doesn't really seem and he's going to head over to the New York Yankees. I think it would actually make a lot of sense because he's not going to be back until the second half. And you would be able to add a guy who comes back for you in the second half and could do something for you. And ultimately, he's still a good pitcher. It's not like he's bad. I just don't think the Yankees are going to. I just don't think he has an interest in coming to the Yankees. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. So, yeah. Will the Yankees reach 100 wins and clinch our division? I'm going to say the median outcome is not 100 wins. But, yeah. What's your prediction? What's the prediction for the MLB show cover, would you say? Sakami Ohtani, I would say maybe if he wanted to, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, I think that'd be kind of cool. I know that people may feel differently, but I think that'd be cool. I think that would make sense. Yeah, who won maybe Acuna? I don't think Acuna hasn't been on the cover. Yeah, it's probably going to be Acuna. He hasn't been on the cover. Unless he doesn't want to be on one, but I can see him totally being on a cover. He hasn't been on one yet, from my understanding, and he just won the MVP and he did something historic. Yeah, he'll be the cover for the show. Felix Spencer-Jones is way more likely to get moved than Hampton or Warren at this point. One hitch in his K-rate development this season. He's not a factor in this window. I just don't think either of them get moved right now. So, yeah. Kershaw's too old. I disagree. I think he's good enough to sign for a 1-year deal, but I wouldn't give him anything more than a 1-year deal. This year's offense can be historic at best and better than last year's at worst. Need to go for broke and get Snell and Hader. Hey, I don't think it's wrong to want the Yankees to get star caliber talent. I just think it's unrealistic to expect the Yankees to do so. The Yankees don't have a do-rag policy, so the fans or any MLB fans who try to make a non-issue like Stroman's do-rag is wrong, and a non-issue is a non-issue. Don't worry, guys. We're going to be dealing with a lot of non-issues all year. Non-issues are going to be a thing we deal with as Yankee fans, no matter what. Mark my words. The Yankees are signing Snell to a 6-year, $168 million contract. It will happen. If you're right, we'll see, but I don't think it's happening. Totally agree with you in the aggregate. You shouldn't pay relievers in terms of WAR per dollar, but they're definitely guys that are so unique that you can't afford to assume they're replaceable. Holmes is one of them, to be honest. You know what? I don't think you're wrong at all. I think you're actually completely spot on. I actually think that WAR per dollar would even probably would be unfair to relievers because they're judged on their ability to help teams win games, and they're judged on such small sample sizes. Win probability added might be a better metric for this. But ultimately, the New York Yankees, the New York Yankees are in a weird spot, right? Like, I just don't think that they're willing to make the financial investment to get Josh Hader, right? Like, that's really what it boils down to for me. If the Yankees would have signed Josh Hader, the team would get a lot better. Like, that's just a fact of life. I just don't think they're going to pay that money, and I don't think that the Yankees should talk themselves into paying that money. If they're going to go all in, go get a starting pitcher. That's the way that's kind of the way I'll put it. If you're going to go all in and you're going to make another big spend, go get me a starting pitcher. Go get me Blake Snell. Fuck it. Like, go get Blake Snell. Go say, fuck this. I'm going to go put out the best pitching staff in baseball, best rotation in baseball, nuts on the table kind of move, that kind of thing. But if they're going to spend $100 million, I think it should be on a starting pitcher or maybe a key position player. I just don't think it should be on a reliever. That's based on the Yankees' needs in my eyes. Now, if they, again, were to sign Josh Hader and they're like, hey, we just have $100 million we want to spend and, we feel like we can get better with Josh Hader, I'm not going to complain, but that's how I feel. The same situation. Torres, Jones, Narvaez, Wertfett, Grisham for our Avi Garcia, Ariz, Luzardo, and Cabrera. Marlon's a little cheap to get advantage with the pitching market, get off even with a bad contract. You're going to have to trade a lot more for this. A lot more. You have to trade like multiple prospects. That if you did like that package, like Torres, Jones, like Narvaez, Grisham for Avisel Garcia and Luis Ariz, I think that's a little more than what it takes to get done. But like think of it like from their perspective. The only two long-term pieces you've given them in this deal are Grisham and maybe Narvaez or Wertfett. And Narvaez and Wertfett are non-top 30 prospects. So you've given them a guy who could maybe be a good player and then like catching depth, not starting caliber catching. So yeah. Clayton Kershaw's shoulder surgery plus velo dropping. I don't see it, sadly. I just think he'd be a league average pitcher. So yeah, like I'm just like probably a league average pitcher. Like if you were to sign him like a 1 year, $10 million deal, who gives a fuck? That's kind of the way I view it. Mark my words, Yankees will sign Snell to a 6-year, $168 million deal. It will fucking happen. We'll see, my man. We will see. I don't understand how Stroman went from bashing Yankees saying it's an honor to play for us. It's called money. Money's a big motivator. I think it was actually genuinely slighted by Brian Cashman's comments. I think that kind of rubbed him the wrong way for a while. And I think now you actually can put that aside. But we'll see. The rest off season remaining, what would you like the Yankees to do? Trade, signings, anything. Bullpen depth, if they can, kind of shuffle around maybe Peraza or Pereira to get like, I don't know, like AAA pitching depth, like not like a career minor leaguer, just somebody who can help them down there and like is like a top 15 to 20 prospect. So, yeah. If you're complaining about Stroman's do-rag that's just racially motivated, let's be real. Yeah, if you complain about Marcus Stroman's do-rag, grow the fuck up. Like, imagine complaining about a guy wearing a do-rag. Like, I'm fully with Matt on this. It's actually bullshit if we're going to sit here and complain about a guy wearing a do-rag. Starting to realize that the Yankees make only splash at the top end of IFA market when there's a Dominguez, Arias, Maea, and eventually a Sengen a few years down the road. The IFA poll is pretty insane. Yeah, the Yankees run shit in the Dominican Republic. They run shit, all right? For a lack of better words. They run shit. So, yeah. This trade, Marlins and the Yankees meet each other's needs, can trade Torres midseason for prospects. If out of it, do you do it? I would do it. I don't think the Marlins would. That's where I'm at. I thought Kershaw said 2023 would be his final year back when he signed with the Dodgers, signed for another 1 year deal. I don't know. He seems to be eager to pitch again. So I don't know. I mean, if he's not going to pitch, then I mean, I'm not like gung-ho for Clayton Kershaw. I'm not like the Yankees. If they don't sign him, what the hell are they doing? I'm just, I don't even think they're in on that market. But it's like, hey, if Clayton Kershaw went up to the Yankees and be like, hey, I'll take like a $10 million deal to play here. And the Yankees were like, sure. I'd be all in. I'd be like, cool. You know what I mean? That's sick. that kind of thing. But yeah, also don't know how well he'd do in Yankee Stadium. So yeah. What do you think on Hector Neris? I love Hector Neris. I think he'd be a really nice reliever addition for this bullpen. Just got here. Snell or Montgomery? I'm way more willing to play Snell if there's some major injury concerns. I'd say Snell is better than Montgomery. I'd say that Montgomery ages better than Snell, though. But yeah. My guy RG knows I love prospect talk. Dude, I love prospect talk, too. I know you do, Ryan. You're my guy. You know that. I think we trade all of our top prospects for Joey Gallo. He is a free agent, so you can just sign him. I'll give Chase Hampton for Mitch Keller. I know it sounds dumb, but Pittsburgh sucks with pitchers. They never reach their full potential. Their pitchers always leave them, have always gotten way better. Yeah, I wouldn't be like, shit. I wouldn't be like, shit, the Yankees trade Chase Hampton to the Pirates. It's going to be so good. I'd be like, all right, it's going to be bad there. like you're not wrong. But I would love Mitch Keller. I think Mitch Keller's awesome. Cash and Astro are buddies now. Sure, buds now. Yeah, they're buds. They're having Bud Lights and Coronas by the Bay in Tampa when they had that meeting. Definitely agree. Monty Snell at $180 million over is better than Hader at 108. But if they can't get Snell or anything other 200 for Monty at all, trusted pitching down to make a Warner Hampton relevant and sign up Josh. That's fine. That's fair. That's not a bad take. Look, I think that's a very it's a very not realistic. I think it's a very very fair, very like good take. Like it's a very well balanced take. What's your favorite baseball movie? If they say Moneyball, I feel like that's a stereotype, but it's probably that or Major League, right? So yeah, it's Moneyball or Major League. Major League's a good movie. Not Major League 3. That one fucking sucked. Major League 2 I'm kind of iffy on, but Major League 1 was a really good movie. I think Major League 2 has moments. I just feel like Major League 1 is like just a fucking good movie. The first one's really good. And Moneyball, like come on, I'm a nerd. Like it's a classic. I hope this doesn't sound weird, but I've never heard of a do-rag. Just Google it. I can't really display pictures because like I don't know how to do that, but yeah. Come to preach my daily Robert Stevenson and future Mitch Keller propaganda. Dude, if we got those two guys, I'd be the happiest person on planet Earth. What do you think of Hector Neris? I think he's a really good high-leverage reliever. The pitcher we gave them for JMO was a great pitcher, but he stinks because the Pirates can't develop him. Yeah, if the Yankees had Rosny Contreras, the Yankees would have like a star caliber, at least reliever. Just don't act Hector Neris to close. Look, I know he was a bad closer in Philly, but I think the Astros genuinely made changes with him that have made him better. So there's that. Can you see Spencer Jones getting called up at some point this year? Maybe like 2% chance. Not very high just because of how many outfielders they have. What is the best way to get an autograph in person from Aaron Judge? I have no social skills, so I'm the worst person to ask for this. But I just say be polite and don't be pushy. And don't be afraid to get a no. I love your new glasses. These are old glasses. I just don't really wear my glasses much on streams, but hangers are bangers. I appreciate you. Also, fucking great name. I said a while back that I think Acuna becomes the next cover athlete for MLB24 the show, so I agree, Ryan. Yeah, I think it's like obvious now. Who is the best pitcher that the Yankees could get by a trade or signing at this point? Probably Snell or Hader, but I don't think they're going to get either of the two. A realistic guy, like relievers, Stevenson, probably the best reliever on the market, outside of Josh Hader, of course. 61's my favorite. I think 61's a really good movie as well. That's a good movie. Bull Durham's good. Now that you'll talk about films, I need your Rocky movie takes. I think the Rocky movies are good. I'm not actually a film buff. Fun fact. I'm actually my ability to sit through a movie is not great. So I've watched very specific movies, not many. Like Cars, I've watched Cars, like McQueen, my goat. But yeah, I've not watched the Rocky movie. Not the Rocky movie. I haven't watched Bull Durham, excuse me. I like the Rocky movies. I have to watch Bull Durham. That's a movie I've never gotten to. I've gotten to parts of it, just not the full thing. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Tonight I'll watch Bull Durham. Neris is a lot of my mileage on that arm. Want Stevenson, but on the one hand, I know he's going to be durable, right? I've seen him be durable before, but I get what you're saying. I think the Yankees will explore getting Burns/Bieber at the deadline, but if it requires Hampton, I just don't see it happening. Peraza, Pereira definitely seem open for dealing. Yeah, I think that they're going to wait to acquire a guy like Burns or inquire more on a guy like Burns until the deadline because I don't think the Brewers are going to deal him. And then as for, Bieber, I don't think he's going to require Hampton. I just don't think the Yankees and the Guardians match up as well as people thought or as well as I thought, to be honest. So, yeah. Moving on here. Let's see what we got. Robert Stevenson is the dude. I agree. Robert Stevenson is a fucking great reliever. Great reliever. Jacob Junis would be a sneaky addition. I would love Jacob Junis. Hot take, Cars is mid. Sorry, Ryan. Hey, man, it's good. It's fine. I'm chill. You're good, dude. Don't even worry about it. It's fine. I'm not heartbroken or heart shattered or I don't vehemently. It's a terrible take. You're wrong, but I can handle wrong opinions. It's okay to be wrong. Being wrong is fine. Any underrated free agents right now that we don't talk about that you would like to sign with the Yankees? James Paxton, Alex Wood, Jacob Junis is getting talked about more, so he's off that list. So Paxton, Wood, and yeah, it's probably it. Paxton, Wood. With all the infielder scrap heap pickups and too many catches, are you seeing a trade coming soon? Yes, because they have to clear out spots for Marcus Stroman to be signed. Cars a generational movie, man. Dude, it is a generational movie. The second one sucks, but the first one and the third one, very good. Toy Story over Cars. Toy Story is good, but I prefer Cars. But yeah. I kind of think Fujinami is an underrated free agent. Yes, but I don't think he can get much better. I just think the command's never going to be good enough. The fastballs are kind of terrible. And yeah, I hope he's good though. I have nothing against him. Monsters Inc. Dude, Monsters Inc. is a fucking good movie too. They have some bangers. So for sure. Hot take. I liked Cars 2. I thought Cars 2 was like just clearly worse than the other ones. It's just a different kind of movie. I think if they marketed it as like a Mater movie, I would have been fucking down with it because it was just kind of wild. But yeah, just like Cars 2, like I think it's Cars 1 and Cars 3 are the Cars movies, and like Cars 2 is just kind of a Mater movie. And that's fine, but it just like I felt like it was too different, you know, like it had to be, I think it should have been labeled its own thing. Santa Cars theme hotel in Disney. That's sick as fuck. I love that. Wandy Peralta or Matt Moore? Ooh, Matt Moore's throw Matt Moore in the underrated guys. Matt Moore's underrated. I think Wandy is a better fit because Wandy can actually get lefties out. Moore, weirdly enough, struggles against left-handed batters. But yeah. We're going to get an autograph from Aaron Judge. Is there a ticket you can buy to get you on field during BP? Does he sign balls at Yankee Stadium? I don't think you can get a ticket specifically to get you on field during BP. I don't think there's a ticket for that. I think your best bet is to legit just like get to the ballpark, get there early, try to hope you get like a seat in your right field, and just try to hope you catch him. Like you got to kind of hope you get to meet him. Like I'm not the type of guy to go. I wouldn't say I'm the guy to go to for this stuff, but yeah, like just don't be like rude. Yeah. Can't be truly confident in the rotation going into 2024. Are you? I don't think anybody is, but I think it's like fine. It's good enough. It'll get them through the first half. You know, that's how I feel. Best game we've been to in person. The Rizzo walk-off against the Rays. That was sick. It was a pitching defense game. Schmidt started that game. Weber, the Web Dog, pitched well too. Rizzo walks it off. So yeah, I'd say it's the best game I've been to in person. That was a sick as fuck baseball game. I like pitching and defense, and I love pitching and defense games. And so, yeah. If we get James Paxton reunion or Giro reunion, it wouldn't make our team better. If we could fix them, James Paxton mostly to fix. I think both teams make the team better. I would love James Paxton back in the Yankees more than I would love Gio Urshela, honestly. Not because I don't like Gio Urshela, but just because I think Paxton, like, there's legitimate upside there, and I don't think it'd be very expensive. Yankees are either trading someone or DFAing someone. Yeah, they're going to trade or DFA somebody. I think they might DFA somebody. Do you think Sandy Alcantara gets back to being a horse, or is his arm cooked? I think he'll be a horse when he gets back. Tommy John isn't a career ender. Shoulder injuries usually are. I didn't mean that Hector was bad at Philly. He was just really good in every other role he was in. Yeah, he just struggled with closing there. It was just consistency issues. I think that maybe he's ironed some of them out, but I view more as an occasional closer, not an everyday closer. Middleton would be fine. I would love Keenan and Middleton as well. Should the Yankees try to make Yankee Stadium more fun or keep the very serious cathedral baseball vibes? It's a great question. I think the Yankees should try to make Yankee Stadium a little more fun. I think the cathedral baseball vibes are based on the fact that it's the Bronx and it's Yankee Stadium and the pinstripes. I think the quality of the team and the history of the team make the ballpark not the ballpark, if you get what I'm saying. I obviously, if it looked dramatically different, then like it would lose that luster. But I don't think that you need to change the ballpark layout to gain some more, just to be more fun, honestly. But yeah, we need to see Cars 4 out soon. I can't wait to see if there is. I would love to see a Cars 4, but I don't know if they're going to put one out. 2019 in that one LCS game was so icy. I would like him back. Dude, he was so fucking cool. Oh, what a start. What a performance. Just beautiful performance. A man's performance, folks. What do you think a Gio Urshela contract looks like? 1 year, $2 million, like $3 million? He's coming off a season-ending pelvis injury. It shouldn't cost much more than that. Valid. Yeah, dude. I think that bit Yankee Stadium, I think that as times change, baseball should change and people should change and times should change. But yeah, like I just don't think I don't think that, you know, I don't think you have to lose the luster of the Yankees to make them more fun. What moves will make the Yankees serious World Series contenders go? I think they already are one, but if they wanted to make like a balls to the wall move, see if Matt Chapman's willing to do a 2-year deal. Like I think that third base is the biggest weak link for this team right now. So yeah. Best game I went to was probably May 12th, 2021. That one of the complete game that Tanaka threw against the Rays in Tampa. Dude, I wish I got to see Tanaka pitch more. Tanaka was so fucking sick. Tanaka is awesome. I love Tanaka. He was a great Yankee. Do you think Jose Altuve had a buzz in the series clinching home run in 2019? No. Big Maple taking the ball in Game 6 of the LCS in the Bronx will be special. I hope that's not what it comes to because he should not be taking the ball in Game 6, but I hope he's coming out of the bullpen or something. Are we interested in James Paxton? Sorry for asking, Low. He was a good pitcher for us, and Matt Place can fix him. I don't think he's had outright interest in him. I was just saying if they were to bring him back, it would be cool. People should change for baseball. Wink. I think it's kind of a mixture of both. I don't know. Like I think that as times change, people change. As people change, things change. That's just how that's how life is always going to evolve. And that's the natural flow of life. But with that being said, we're going to be wrapping up a little bit soon. I know I'm cutting it a little bit earlier, but have some stuff I want to work on for tomorrow for the channel. So we're going to keep this one a little short. We'll get into final questions now. But yeah, like, I appreciate you guys sticking by again. Like, you guys are the best. I really do. And I hate cutting it short. That's unfortunately some time constraints. But I'll get back to these questions now. If he doesn't matter, if he wasn't, doesn't matter because Chapman sucks and hung the slider. Chapman stinks on and off the field. Dude, that pitch was hung. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying anybody could hit that pitch, but holy shit, that was a cheeseburger. That was a fucking cheeseburger and with a side of fries. That was terrible. That was a terrible pitch, man. Once Rizzo leaves, you have to bring back Greg Bird. He's tearing it up in Australia right now, so shout out him. Thoughts on Will Warren sweeper? It's one of the best pitchers in minor league baseball. So yeah, it's a great fucking pitch. Only been to 2 games. One was in the stadium, 2017, Red Sox Judge homered. And last year I went to Cincinnati, Judge and Rizzo homered. That's sick as fuck, dude. I'm glad you got to see Judge homer twice. And I'm hearing that since the Dodgers signed Yamamoto, Sasaki is sure to follow suit. What's your opinion on this? Do you think the Yankees have a shot at getting him? I don't fucking know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't fucking know. Went from talking about cars to being all philosophical and shit. Respect, though. Dude, I'm all over the place. God bless. You're the man, Ty. Why is the market so slow? What's the holdup? Free agents don't want to lower their price tags, and teams don't want to up their price tags. And there's no deadline. So, yeah. If we sign Hayden, would the Yankees make a nice closer interest if he does sign with us? Probably. Australian pitchers are like if Ryan Garcia went to pitch against Aaron Judge in MLB. Dude, if I went to pitch against Aaron Judge in MLB, I'm going slider. Dude, I would get fucking rocked. But, like, you know, I guess my strategy would be just try to throw breaking balls. I mean, I don't know if you'd swing at the first pitch. Would he take the first pitch? I don't fucking know. I think you see a fastball from me and you swing at it. So, I think if you see a breaking ball, you just don't swing at it. So, yeah. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys stopping by and spending some time to talk to me tonight. Never know where the streams go, Lil. Hey, man, I'll don't worry. I'll get more streams. I'll be streaming tomorrow too. Also, Boris holding the market hostage, Lil. It's what good agents do. Somebody has a hot date tonight. Time for the new sunglasses. Nah, I don't got any dates tonight. Nothing of the sort. Don't worry about it, guys. It's not what's going on. Don't worry. But you know, with that being said, we appreciate you guys sticking by. If you haven't done so already, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. We just launched a Twitch channel, and our streams will also be on Twitch. So if that's your preferred streaming platform, go check us out there. We appreciate you guys stopping by. If you're on, I mean, I don't know where it's not snowing and where it's not cold, but man, it's fucking cold. Stay safe, stay warm. And yeah, we'll be back at it tomorrow with a stream, tomorrow morning with a video, and we'll get you guys a double upload as well. See you guys in the next one, guys. Have a great night. Peace out.